Going or we're not going?
We're going.
We're going.
Oh,
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
We are pros.
Fuck, this is the first time Trumpy Bear's in here and we can't get shit straight.
Special guest, Trumpy Bear.
We can't get that shit
Thanks for
working.
listening. SenCal Studios and all that shit. People from Tokyo, Japan joined us last week. So big thanks for that. I guess we had a spike over there. Not sure why, but we do appreciate you listening on Player FM and Podbeam. And a big thanks to the Loaded Jones MMA community because apparently
Joe's.
Loaded Joe's.
There you go. We're back to zero. This fucker can't pronounce shit.
Loaded Joe's.
Loaded Joe's podcast.
Community.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
Jones is loaded.
No, right.
To be fair, Loaded
Allegedly.
Joe's
That's-
MMA community.
There's a whole rouse of them. We
as
got
well.
Loudmouth,
That is not a gay porn
Average
site.
Joe's.
You
Loaded
know.
Jones.
Yeah. Kyle Steele, Blake Stevenson,
Yeah.
just to name a few.
Just to name a few. So big thanks all around to everybody for checking this out and being a part of the show. Yeah. With that being said and done, go ahead and jump into some MMA news for the week. Big John McCarthy selling all of his shit.
Yeah, either Bellator pays really shitty and he needs the money, or his wife said, get your shit out of the garage.
I thought this isn't a story.
No, it's a huge story. A huge story. We have to cover this. This
That's why we're leading with it. It's
is
the
why
biggest
we're
story
leading
out
with
there.
this story.
We wanted to make sure nobody else got to it first, so we're leading with it now.
If anybody wants to go to memorabilia.expert, you can check out his auctions where he is selling his fight worn signed UFC 8 shirt, fight worn signed UFC 5 shirt, fight worn
apparently-
5 or 4 UFC signed shirt.
Big John's never heard of eBay.
My bullet point on the podcast is going to be Big John's liquidating everything.
Yeah, see, I got him on auction. Here.
Sunday.
Someday.
But it's not all UFC stuff. So people who think he has a grudge against the UFC, not true. A lot of it just, I think, again, his wife's telling him to clean out the fucking garage. He's got a Frank Mir gi signed by Frank Mir when Frank Mir was training at Big John's gym. He's got boxing gloves from
So
a
it'll
boxer.
double as like a car cover for a Volkswagen?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got the Jeff Blatnick worn Olympic medal jacket that he gave him. Like, I mean, it's not, it's a lot of stuff. A
lot of random stuff.
MMA memorabilia.
This is shit that his
This is the
buddies
one
left at his house.
We need, though, I want to cover the floor in the original UFC Season 1 Ultimate Fighter canvas.
Why do you have
the
that,
gym.
Big John?
From the
Why?
gym.
Why do you have that,
From
John?
the first season of
Does
the
it
Ultimate
still want to
Fighter.
know why you have it, John?
I don't know. The pack rat and me, I understand why.
So can we buy it? I mean, it's only 15 grand.
That's it. He snuck in there and he rolled that shit up after production was done.
We're using it as like a boat.
How do you put 15 grand on it? I know it didn't even cost 15 grand to make.
Because fighters fought on it, man.
It's got somebody's blood on it.
I don't
You
know
know
if
how
it
much,
does. I think
you know how
it's
much
just...
DNA is in that bitch?
Let's see. We could make a fighter with the combination DNA of, let's see who says they fought on it. Forrest Griffin, Kenny Florian, Diego Sanchez, Stephen Bonner, Chris Levin, Josh Koscheck, Bobby Southworth, Alexis Alexis, Alex Shook. Okay, some of these guys we probably don't want
Totally
DNA
combined. It
from.
smells like ass.
Definitely smells like butthole.
But while this was going on,
And
I
socks.
was too busy worried about this auction because the 1995 UFC 5 Super Fight Championship belt was up on auctions on goldenauctions.com. They never gave this belt to anybody because this was supposed to be Hoist Gracie versus Ken Shamrock.
Did you let him go to Starbucks?
I was gonna say
fucker's
this might be the
popping.
best testament for Strongboard ever,
Dude, this
because
guy's
he's
full of
on
energy.
He's on Strongboard, like
popping.
literally right now. That's why he's 8 inches taller, and it apparently pumps him up quite a bit.
They never gave this belt to anybody because they went to a fucking draw at UFC 5. So this belt was made and sat vacant in somebody's warehouse, and now they're selling it for $5,000.
You remember those toys like from the early 80s, late 70s, where they had like an animal in a box, you could press the button and it would collapse, then pop back up?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you right
That's
now.
you. He's the, yeah.
So again, if you guys want to, we'll start up our own Kickstarter, or what is it, a GoFundMe
Sure.
for us to have this in the studio.
I want that. I want this belt. This belt that was never awarded to anybody from the UFC is official. It's got a big V on it.
Yeah.
We need this belt.
I think it would
awesome.
be easier to make a replica.
Allegedly,
No, it's having the original is what matters here.
Okay.
yeah, the original.
Okay.
But Eddie Alvarez has recently announced that he's no longer going for championship belts. He just wants the all-violence belt. Somebody needs to buy this for him. It has a big V on it. Just saying.
Or buy it for him and give it to us.
Yeah,
And then
we'll hang it onto it for you, Eddie. He'll just sit right here.
We can award it to you.
It's yours, but it's here.
Yes.
Speaking of an all-violence fight, the UFC has announced that they are going to have Justin Gaethje going up against Dustin Poirier in a main event in April on Fox.
Okay.
I'm excited for that fight.
Well, I mean, it's going to be violent.
Definitely a violent fight.
Can't deny that.
I think
you
it's
got?
going to be a sleeper.
Sleeper?
Yeah.
How could that fight be a sleeper?
They're going to wrestle fuck each other.
You think Gaethje's afraid to get punched now they got knocked out?
No,
I think they're both afraid to get punched now that they've been knocked out.
I don't believe that at all.
I got Gaethje in this one.
I bet you neither one of them circle left.
They both lose.
The UFC also
It's like
announced
some fucking...
Big
UFC
UFC Big UFC Fight Night 126 going down in Texas. It's going to be Cowboy Cerrone against Yancy Medeiros.
Sure.
Either way, it still stays at 0.
Yeah.
Moving on from there, check out that poster where they were like, America, fuck yeah, Cowboy gets an American flag. And then everyone's like, hey, Yancey's from Hawaii. That's America. Where's his flag? You guys are idiots.
What tempo are you at right now, bro?
What do they call the things that go? You need to slow that down, whatever the fuck it's called.
I feel like I ate an edible or something, and
How
I'm
could
just
you
not.
not put a flag on Yancey?
I don't know, man. Did you ever see Hawaiians with the American flag over their shoulder?
No, they wouldn't use the white flag.
Exactly. So you just made your own point.
So they're gonna give it to Mr. Cowboy. They're gonna give him the New Mexico flag,
Yeah. Well, no, he's got the American flag. He's a cowboy.
but you can't give him the New Mexican flag
No.
because
Well,
they're
they-
the state flags.
so Lewis has the American flag too, and Tiberius doesn't.
Well, yeah, Tiberius like from
You don't know.
he's Polish.
Dude, the words are coming out of his mouth faster than he can say them.
They're Polish.
You sure he's Polish?
I'm pretty sure he's Polish.
That's not a lot of names. That's not a lot of letters in that.
That's what you say about everybody.
All right, let's look.
No,
Sure.
he's gonna look it up.
I got time. We'll slow it down real slow.
You can't even click on his name.
Polish heavyweight mixed martial
Oh
arts.
shit!
All right.
I don't know.
He's not used to being tall. That's what it is.
He's like a South Park animation.
You know what? Maybe
right
the
now.
air's thinner up there or something. He's like.
I'm gonna bring mine next week, but I'm
he's
just gonna fall off of it the entire time.
He's about to fall. He's like high altitude Kane right now. Fucking. No cardio. Oh, he won't make it through the whole show.
No, he won't.
He's gonna fall out.
I can last longer than Kane.
Oh.
Who has the fucking pin?
Oh.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
Liz
about it.
Carmouche has signed a
You're a
sponsorship
fidgeter.
deal
I am.
with Medical Marijuana Inc., also known as
MMI.
Hemp Meds.
Hemp meds.
She is now a spokesman for CBD oil.
All right.
So good for Liz Carmouche. Kind of pretty cool. Yeah.
I guess what nobody can afford the Diaz brothers because they would be the ultimate.
They have
weed
their own
spokesman.
They have their own product.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Called Diaz 209.
now that CBD is no longer on the list, how many more athletes do you think will be sponsored by hemp and CBD products?
Hopefully all of them.
Every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
They're just gonna sponsor the UFC in general.
Here's your weed. Yes, why not?
I wasn't sure if that was a horn or like a race car going.
That was me.
It's gonna be the shortest show on record. Even though we have more info than normal. Doesn't matter.
Do you have any info on micro machines?
They're not the real thing.
They're not the real thing. If you ain't got micro, it ain't the real thing.
Francisco Riviera was hit with an unprecedented suspension by the USADA. Remember, he had
By the USADA.
He had tested positive for clenbuterol, and his out of competition test July 23rd. His B sample also tested positive.
Oops.
He then tried to say it was the meat that he had from Mexico, and they were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll look into that." Come to find out, he lied about all that. Tried to produce fake receipts. Tried
Really?
to produce fake signed affidavits from family members that turned out not to be family.
A toothpick from the restaurant.
So now he has a 4-year suspension.
Well, when you lie and get caught,
Yeah.
What a dumbass.
you just know. It's
Don't
like Shaggy.
fight. Don't fight the law.
It wasn't me.
Golden Snitch is gonna get you every time.
Wasn't me.
Golden Snitch. I got you.
Wasn't me.
So last week's show, we got some late breaking news in the middle of the show where we talked about that they were making the fight Tony Ferguson against Khabib Nurmagomedov, and they said it was going to be for the title.
I think Dennis nailed this one, by the way.
It's supposed to be the undisputed, but we're not stripping anybody.
But hold on. At the actual press conference, they never said undisputed. They just said for the title.
Yeah.
So, like you had said before, mentioning that a member of the UFC media or the UFC higher ups had once said, our titles are titles. They're for the winner of that night. Kind of BS.
Yeah.
They are not officially stripping Conor McGregor, even though he has not defended a title in 441 days. And
my
the
favorite graphic
rumors
of the
are,
show, by the way.
the rumors are that if he signs a fight by the time that Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson fight, they will not strip him. In fact, during the press conference, Ariel Helwani and multiple media members said, "Are you stripping Conor McGregor?" And he said, "Next question."
Did I say that?
Did I even say that? Next question.
I am not, my little cuddly bear. I am not disrupting my cuddly bear.
No, you nailed it last week when you were like, he's just not going to do anything to Conor. He's going to
No, and
your belt. and I'm just not going to even talk about this.
I
situation
do
over here.
look. Like I said, I do understand his apprehensiveness to tell Khabib or just to give the title to Ferguson, because then if he gives the title to Ferguson, Ferguson has the title, and then Khabib don't show up, and then everything gets fucked up. As to where now he can do it like a day before. You know, he knows Khabib's in, everybody's in town, everything's going right. He's making the money he's supposed to be making.
Yep, still for a title fight.
Yeah, the big thing is he wants to make sure his money's there because Khabib's fallen out so many times. Ferguson himself fell out twice, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, you got two guys who fell out. I mean, I too. I mean,
What's the difference? You got a guy who's not defending.
but that guy still is money.
So
It's all dollars and
Of
cents
course,
at this
it's all
point.
dollars and cents. He's going to sign a boxing fight, and they're going to be like, "Well, that counts." We said if he signs a fight,
Okay,
he's still
but-
technically signed a fight.
Okay, now independently, somebody's done a little survey with boxing fans and MMA about McGregor and the boxing thing. It's not going to sell.
nobody cares.
Nobody. They tried to run the Pacquiao thing. And they're like, dude, it's not even going to be. He don't know how to box.
Yeah,
they're like, no, he's a lot better than before. No,
He's not a boxer.
He's not a fucking dude.
But
He
he's
showed
a
he's not a
promoter.
boxer.
He was never a boxer.
No, I know. And then there's other people who are, and again, these are the theorists who can show and prove that it was almost a WWE fight.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, the people from Gender Wars were like, "Oh, we had a fake fight for millions of dollars and nobody threw a fucking fit." If you really think that the fucking McTapout and fucking Mayweather fight was real, you too are a fucking fool.
Well, he could never box, and people still bought it because he's a promoter. He promotes himself. If he goes up against Pacquiao or if he goes
No,
up against Oscar
and
De La Hoya,
I'm gonna tell you,
it still sells.
Yeah, fuck that. And
sells.
he don't promote himself. His country is behind him. That's all it is. It could
totally
be,
promotes
dude.
himself.
Watch when fucking Oladi Houlihan or whoever's the guy, who's the dude smoked weed with the fucking Snoop.
Oh yeah, the Sean kid.
I don't know.
Yeah.
O'Malley.
O'Malley. Watch when O'Malley blows up. Same thing. You're gonna get outrageous buys from Ireland, and he's not even from Ireland.
He's just got the O'Malley.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson recently went on the MMA Hour and he was saying that
Someone's gonna correct me. They're like, "No, sir. He was born in Ireland."
it was also like they were embarrassed to be asked the question and they didn't
Came
even know
over
what
on a
the
potato
fuck
boat.
was going on. He says, "I understand that's their business.
Can you say
big
that?
business."
I can.
Was it from a potato hole country?
He says, I don't understand. He's like, trust me with this whole situation, it sucks. I've been excited about this fight for a long time, but I don't want to fight against somebody who doesn't want to fight, as I've said before. I can't be ignored forever. I'm going to derail this hype train. I'm going to clip the Eagles' wings. I'm the champ. I'm the current champ. This is for the real belt, regardless of what they try to say.
Whatever. Just show up. That's all I'm asking right now.
And to take this whole article and narrow it down, this is what this guy says. I'm a fighter. I want to fight. This is the fight that they're offering me. Me and Khabib want to fight for money. This is
For
what
the
we're
real
going to do. No, he don't even know if it's for the rebuild.
No, he says that's what it should be.
That's the way it
regardless.
should be. But again, he don't know.
Yeah.
He
Because
really
said,
don't
Like I
know.
said, they seemed embarrassed. They don't know what they're doing.
It's fucking
Well,
ridiculous,
we'll see
and
what
it's
happens.
sad.
Like,
It's really is sad.
We got to
that-
see who shows up.
Well, no, it's just sad that a whole company has had to bow to hold this dude's nutsack who's not even fighting. Meanwhile, we got two champs that they don't even want to talk about. Stipe, that they don't even want to admit.
We'll get to that here
Yeah,
in
they
a
don't even
little
want to
bit,
admit that Stipe's the champ. They put so much money on Nagano. We have the first Native American champion, and nobody's talking
mentioned
about
it,
that
yep.
shit.
Yep.
You know how many stories there were about fucking some loser breaking her fucking arm? Seriously, some loser broke her fucking arm, lost. There's tons of stories about that. The girl that beat her ass, nobody's even talking to her. Where I'm
Where's the
glad,
sport
our
going?
sport is fucking mainstream, but seriously, people, what about the real fighters?
You asked if he was on an edible. You need an edible.
No, I realized 2 nights ago at the gym, I've become an old man because I don't remember looking
Get
at
off
people.
my MMA!
I don't remember looking at people and getting mad at them without even knowing their story. Now I just see people and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Serious.
So this has been floating around now for about 2 to 3 weeks, and I have not brought it up because I did not see anything official. Ronda Rousey says she is absolutely not going to be at the Royal Rumble and has not signed on the dotted line with WWE.
No pen to paper for me.
It's been rumored multiple times that she has signed. She's been talking about she's been at the Performance Center. She's met with Triple H. She says, I haven't signed anything. In fact, right now, she is in Colombia, finished filming Mile 22, and she will be there until mid-February.
Yeah, because they realize she can't promo. No matter how much work they put into her, she
That's
can't
why
promo.
she's still doing a movie.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fantastic, too.
You're saying Mark Wahlberg's production's not going to be great?
Yes, I am. I am. I'm saying that.
Yeah, so TMZ...
And they're most likely...
It's a Mark Wahlberg production? Yeah. Hey, Goat. What's going on, Goat? Say hi to your mother for me.
TMZ caught her up at the airport and asked her, and she said no. She's like, I'm really flattered. I would love to be a part of it, but I have not signed any paperwork yet. I will not be part of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. Now, there's supposed to be like 32 participants, and they've only announced 18. They always throw in some random celebrities. They always throw in some random old school wrestlers. It's going to be interesting to see what goes down.
If she does show up in the UFC, like we said, she's going to have her very own Paul.
I don't know what FMP...
Oh, yeah.
What's a FMP?
What?
Patty Beseech wants to know if you're wearing FMPs. Are those fuck me pants? I don't know what
He's always
FMPs
wearing those.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I mean, if it makes any difference, I'd fuck you in them.
Yeah, but we have very low standards.
Let's see. About a month ago, we talked about this story where first ever Sikh fighter in the UFC, Arajan Bulahar, was not able to wear his turban on his walkout to the UFC because it was not Reebok approved. He has now gotten a Reebok approved turban.
All right.
He'll be the first ever to wear one.
Is he going to wear it in the cage?
I've heard conflicting reports back and forth from multiple websites. Some people are saying he's going to be wearing it while fighting, which seems very odd, and I don't know if that's going to be allowed. But I have heard others that are just saying no, he's just going to be allowed to wear it to the cage or to the octagon.
If he gets to fight with it and use it as a finishing move, it's going to be fucking awesome.
What if he gets to fight with it and he gets to a rear naked choke and he goes to slip out of it and it pops off? Now it's a hate crime.
Wow.
Way to bring the room down, Joe.
Hey, man.
Right down.
Seen weirder stuff.
You want to get down? Daniel Cormier recently said on the MMA Hour that he only has 12 months left of him as of March 2018.
All right.
That he will no longer fight after that time. So at March 2019, after that, he will be no longer fighting. He says he doesn't care who he fights, doesn't care what it is, he's going to be done.
Once you put an expiration date on yourself, you kind of already halfway out the building.
Do you feel like Daniel Cormier has done enough in the UFC, in the sport of MMA?
I think he definitely has. I mean, he's been a two-weight champion.
Uh-huh.
He's come over from Bellator. Was it Bellator or Strikeforce?
Strikeforce.
Come over from Strikeforce. I mean, he's done amazing things. Unfortunately, John Jones is always going to be the monkey on his back.
Yep.
But aside from that, he's been a great fighter, great competitor.
Can you say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You just said that.
Yeah, I said that. It's not racist unless you make it racist. Stop being awkward.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, no, he's done a lot of really good things in the mixed martial arts community. Like Randy Couture, great ambassador for the sport, I think, So if he's got to go in a year, he's got to go in a year. But when you put a shelf life on yourself like that, you kind of already are halfway out the building.
So we'll go into the win that he had over at 220 here in a little bit. But do you see, or do you want to talk about who's next for him then? I mean, who do you see really next for DC? If he says he doesn't even care because it's not John Jones, he can't do anything about it. He doesn't care. He knows he's going to win. He's just going to retire.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, you kept saying Kane, right?
Well, Kane at 205, though. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
No, I want to see Kane come back healthy and fight Stipe.
Stipe, that's right. Okay. So anybody else for Cormier?
He's never going to be healthy enough to fight Stipe. Did you not see what he did to Nagano?
We'll get to that. Somebody who said he is coming back.
And hugged each other for 5 rounds straight? Yeah, I saw that.
You must have watched a different fight,
You watched a different fight, bud.
Okay.
Let's go into Nate Diaz teasing his return in May and early June. He recently put up on his Instagram, sick of waiting around and waiting for you fuckers to do shit. There's no real excitement in this fight. Shit, step up your game. I'll see you around May or June. Sincerely, the real champ.
Whatever. They've offered you fights. You turned them down.
He said that was bullshit.
Yeah, he said not only was it bullshit, but it was never.
I don't care. I believe him over Dana.
2 people immediately responded.
Nate.
The first one was good old Eddie Alvarez says Mayor June's perfect for me, all violence champ. And then Kevin Lee decided to throw his name in the hat in a completely different way and said, put your money up or shut the fuck up and go back to riding bikes in the park.
I want to see the Eddie Alvarez fight over Kevin
I
Lee.
would love to see the Eddie Alvarez fight.
Does he not know that when they ride bikes in the park, they still get in fights?
Yeah, seriously.
That's probably one of Nick's best stories where the 2 rednecks are beating his ass and stab him with a pencil. And then they're now they become best friends and train together after that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And train for triathlons. Another person that might be getting a fight soon, Mr. CM Punk. Dana White has reached out and said that he will be giving him at least one more fight. He says, I like the guy. He's a good dude and he wants one more, so I'll give him a shot.
This guy makes me money.
He's
That's
a
the
completely different
translation.
case than most normal human beings, and I'm going to give him another shot because of money.
Does you
Money.
so he still makes money?
Who?
CM Punk still makes
Yes,
money.
yes.
So
Yeah.
CM Punk still makes money in the UFC, but Conor McGregor doesn't make money in boxing.
No.
Why not?
I don't think so. I think the fan base is different.
Because
WWE fan base is
they
completely
know
different
it's
than boxing
fake.
fan
The
base.
WWE guys know it's fake.
CM Punk still makes money in the WWE, and he's no longer in the WWE.
All of his merch.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he was out of the WWE, he still had the best-selling merch.
I was just saying, there's similar situations. Everyone knows CM Punk can't fight, but they'll pay to watch him fight.
I'm not saying I would pay to watch him fight.
I would actually tell
I'm
you.
saying
I
he
would
make
tell
money.
you right now. Boxing fans are.
Smarter than WWE fans. Is that what you're trying to say?
I would say they're better.
Wow.
I would say they're gatekeepers, is what they are.
What, boxing fans?
Oh yeah, they're big time gatekeepers.
Please explain.
No, boxing is all
No.
that matters. Nothing else matters. Like
okay, okay.
It doesn't kickboxing, mixed martial arts, any other competitive sport doesn't matter. Boxing is the sweet science. It is the tier one competitive sport.
Well,
And
I mean, that's like when Dana was like, well, these guys don't even know what they're doing with boxing. They don't even know. It's like, dude, your guy had to go from your sport to another sport to make 10 times the money. But they don't know what they're doing.
they're doing promotional.
Well, yeah, because they don't know what they're doing because they're wasting all the money on paying them tens of millions of dollars. And that's exactly what he was trying to say. Come on.
He's all, yeah.
It's all about his money, not their money.
Gatekeepers.
Isaac Billy Flag was arrested.
Oops.
Former UFC fighter was arrested in Albuquerque at 2 p.m. this afternoon. He was apprehended while burglarizing a commercial property,
I thought that was Dan Blazarian.
right?
Burglarized? So, like, he took hamburgers to him?
Yes.
Burgerizing?
He was found inside the building,
Hamburglarizing.
had cut the chain to the gate
Rubble,
at the
rubble,
property,
rubble.
driven onto the grounds, and found in possession of numerous identification cards, social security cards, a handgun, and a semi-automatic rifle with a suppressor.
That does look like Dan Blazarian.
Yes.
Skinny Damons area.
It's the angle. It's just the angle.
It's just the angle. Isaac Billy Flag, man, what are you doing with your life, bro? Get
Trying
it
to
together.
be Dan Blazarian.
Get it together. Yeah, by stealing a bunch of shit.
Gotta start somewhere, man.
Yeah.
I can't make the money he has, but I'll steal the money he has.
For those just tuning in, Dodge looks 6'7" because he's on a strong board. Strong board. Change
Get
the way
on
you work
board.
out.
I look short because I am.
Yeah. He is the way he is. And if you don't like him, that's the way he is.
You're not on a short board?
Yes, we dug a hole just for me today.
Cyborg Santos, or excuse me, Justino, all up on Twitter,
Yeah.
causing more mayhem with Megan Anderson. This time, everyone. Okay, so allegedly, Cyborg doesn't even run her own Twitter. Her fiance Ray is also her manager.
We called that.
Runs her Twitter.
Yeah, okay.
Decided to call out Megan Anderson again, and said,
Does she tell Ray to call her out? Like, is she like going in the shower? She's
don't
like, hey,
know.
call out Megan Anderson while I'm in the shower. I'll be right back.
well, because this is the weird Twitter exchange that we had going on. We have saying, Megan Anderson, well, apparently you're fighting Nunes. When I return, I will want to fight. And she goes, well, I was told you wouldn't be fighting anytime soon. Is that a lie? And she goes, I don't know. Like, Ray, this is Twitter. UFC has a headquarters. I suggest you talk business there, just like my management does. Like, why are you trying to do this? Then,
What does he do if then like Megan Anderson responds? He's like, oh, I don't know what to say.
and she's like, and she,
Babe, babe.
well, no. So then,
She's in the
get this,
shower.
if you go on the Twitter feed, then it's all of a sudden Cyborg grabs the Twitter and is like, it's really me on the Twitter. And then immediately Megan Anderson's like, yeah, he can hand you the phone. You guys live together. It's not a big deal. I'm like,
Right.
You're not fooling anyone.
Why don't they just set up a fight in Australia, which takes care of all the
Yeah,
visa
yeah.
problems?
Well, check
And-
this out. Then Cyborg's Twitter account decided to make it real and said, you want to talk business? I didn't come to the USA on a tourist visa, work illegally, and have personal issues, so I could marry and stay in America, and then tag the U.S. Immigration Center.
God damn.
She just ice babied her. Ouch.
Dude,
Man.
how low is that? And fans went ballistic. It was like, I'm not your fan anymore, Cyborg. Like, when it was the UFC against you, yeah, but now, but what the fuck? Man? Like, really?
So you can
Why
actually
you gotta stoop that
so
low?
you can immigrant shame people now?
Right? Like,
If I mean, you got to.
Megan Anderson says, you have no idea what you're talking about instead of trying to
it's
run my
okay
name
if
through the
you're an
mud.
immigrant.
Yeah.
We're all immigrants, Joey.
This isn't the conduct of a...
You wop.
Megan Anderson says, you have no idea what you're talking about
You know
instead
what
of
an
trying
Italian flat tire sounds like?
Wop, wop,
They go
wop,
wop, wop, wop.
Sound like a helicopter too. Italian helicopter. Wop, wop, wop,
What do you
wop,
call an
wop,
Italian
wop, wop.
suppository?
What?
Innuendo.
I goes in your window. Forget about it.
It says, you have no idea what you're talking about instead of trying to run my name through the mud and my personal issues you know nothing about. Go talk to the UFC. This isn't the conduct of a champion. Shame on you, Ray. Again.
Did she just invite her to a Tough Mudder?
Yes.
I don't even
At
know
the
what's
UFC.
happening anymore. All I know is that we're gonna have ice at the next UFC event.
Dude, you could be high for 24 hours off ice.
What do you think? Do you think this is a little low of whoever's running Cyborg's Twitter account?
No, I think it's funny.
I think whatever people need to do to get these fights to happen. Because we've seen crazy. The stuff on Twitter is what's making stuff happen. Sean Shelby don't even have to do anything anymore.
Yeah, he's like, who's talking about each other? Put them together. They're in different weight classes. I said, put them together. Super fight. Do it.
They're doing the marketing for us.
It's like, Sean, I want to fight with so-and-so. Are you guys beefing on Twitter yet? No. Get that done.
Yeah.
Get back to me.
We're gonna have at least
I want screenshots.
At least 6 to 8 weeks of Twitter beef.
Yeah. If I don't see 60 to 80,000 impressions, I don't even see the fight.
You know what would be cool is if you had people that fought the way they were ranked and put them into brackets. I wonder if that could be possible, you know?
You mean the way that they Twitter beef?
No.
No, he's talking legitimate brackets. You know, like one
Because
fight.
that's what we got going on now. Like, I don't understand what the problem is.
How do you get a fight if you only have like 10,000 followers against somebody who has 1 million? You're fucked.
Yeah, you're not getting one.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
No, I'm not.
How about that, Josh? How about that?
You're talking about actual rankings that don't matter anymore?
They don't matter, sir. They don't matter.
They don't.
It matters how strong your Twitter beef is.
Yeah. Ooh, Twitter beef shouldn't be strong. Let me see
Twitter beef wrong.
Let me see your
My beef's strong.
You want to Twitter?
Your beef wrong.
You want to Twitter my beef?
I'll beef your Twitter.
Tara LaRosa fought the internet troll. It actually happened.
No
They
way.
filmed it. You can watch it.
Who won?
Tara LaRosa.
Oh yeah. See, I like
out?
this is
Three
what I wonder.
times?
This is what I was wondering why they didn't do it. They're like, okay, we're not going to sanction it. Good. Then just let them get it down to
Do
the
a
gym.
sprawl. Well,
Yeah.
apparently they tried to do that, but because they were trying to make money off of that, that's when the athletic commission stepped in and says, even if it's an exhibition in a gym, you're not going to be charging people money to watch it on pay-per-view.
So was it striking allowed or was it just grappling?
No, striking, and they immediately went to grappling.
Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. You could put the same video on YouTube, get 1 million hits, and make $100,000.
And make dividends. Yep,
Monetize
that's
it.
correct, and that's pretty much what they did.
What?
So
You can't stop capitalism.
the
people.
guy basically he tapped out once, and then he basically tapped out again because he was too tired.
Is this like bully beatdown?
Kind of, yeah.
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Trumpy Bear says it's okay.
Yeah.
And see, they've already made $7.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, we had a lot of MMA.
Yes, we did.
We had Bellator 192, which was the first bout in the heavyweight Grand Prix, as well as a championship fight. You want to go over the main card there?
Sure, let's do that. With Henry Corrales going up against Georgi Karakadan with a unanimous decision. Aaron Pico gets a TKO with a body punch.
We should just say
over
first
Shane
names.
Kirchton. Sure.
No, we
Aaron
gotta
beat
keep our
Shane.
zero.
Michael beat
RO
Koji.
will not go, Dennis. RO will not go.
Nearly as fun.
Michael Chandler gets a win over Gaethe Yamauchi. Unanimous decision. Rory McDonald gets the belt
Damn
Yeah.
it.
away from champion.
I don't
former
understand
champion.
why mid-fight he was allowed to put on a flesh-colored shin guard and continue to fight with it.
I don't know.
No, that's not a flesh colored skin guard. That is he was gonna actually look. He was actually gonna grow another leg
And try to kick him with it?
Just try to kick him with it. Yeah.
That is a fucking hematoma. That's what this is.
He said his leg is not broken. He will be fine when he heals up, and he'll be ready to defend his
Once he
belt.
gets all that fluid drained.
Now,
Jesus.
somebody had asked me. Now, isn't that area susceptible to do that from this point forward? Like if someone kicks him right in it, that's going to happen almost immediate.
whoop.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm not a
I
doctor.
mean, my doctor degree says
I
yes.
play one on TV
right.
sometimes, but I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
It's like when Popeye.
Me and my girl play doctor.
But I
It's
knew
completely
you
different. It's
trained
not real.
and you've actually seen some of these fights.
Some of these
and
hematomas?
you're like, you
No,
know,
this
I've
looks
seen
like
that
you're
before.
divorced from somebody who fights. I just thought you might know.
Here's what this looks like to me from my medical opinion right now. It's like when you watch cartoons and Popeye takes a spinach, right? And it goes whoop, all the way down to his arm and then back up. Like his
shouldn't come
arm
back?
fills up and then it comes back out. That's exactly what happened. It didn't make it all the way down to his foot. And it got stuck. Yeah, he had the spinach and it was like
Or they
boom,
started
boom,
playing the
left
music.
foot, and then right foot and they got stuck and he's like, shit, oh well, I guess I gotta go.
They started playing the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Record scratch?
Record scratch. You might be wondering how I got here.
Yeah. Way to take my actual question and just turn it into bullshit.
This is what we do.
Sorry, first day. Chael Sonnen gets a win.
No. Long time listener, first time caller.
Gets a win over Quentin Jackson in the tournament, the Grand
Chael
Prix.
Sonnen is a heavyweight. Rampage definitely looked like a heavyweight.
Hey, do we know if
He didn't have a ab to begin with.
Did he write the $30,000 check?
I don't know. He's got one takedown?
No, 3. Ooh. It was 3 to 1.
yeah.
And he told him 10,000 for every time you dip me.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not
I don't
know
know.
that.
Let's find out from Mr. Rampage there.
Yeah, because Shale said I won't cash it but I will frame that motherfucker and put it on the wall.
Chael Sonnen said he is worried about the rest of the tournament because he hurt. He said
Wait, did we get the alternates?
He has, it's Czech Congo and Ajaya. I can't remember the other guy's name.
No Shane Carwin?
Nope.
No.
They only announced 2. But Chael Sonnen said, that he hurts, that fighting with a heavyweight is different, that his body hurts. While he was able to continue, he does not know how he's going to be able to go forward. He's going to have to change up his game plan and use angles instead of going straight forward like he normally would in a light heavyweight fight.
Head movement. Head movement.
And then we also had UFC 220.
Yep, the big one went down this weekend, and what a fight card it was. In the beginning, on your Fight Pass, you had Islam Makhachev get a KO in the very first round, less than a minute over Gleison Tibau.
So you win with how many picks? You got 2. You got the most, right?
Yeah.
Did you win 2? Did you get
no
2
idea.
right?
I don't know. When we get up to the main card, I remember when I see him.
Enrique Barzola gets a unanimous decision win over Matt Bissette. And then jumping on to Fox Sports 1 here, Julio Arce gets a win over Dan Ige with the unanimous decision. Dustin Ortiz, unanimous decision over Alexandre Pantoja. Abdul Razak Al Hassan with a KO in the very first round over Sabah Hamasi. And then Kyle Bochniak gets a win over Brandon Davis with the unanimous decision. That wraps up your Fox Sports 1 card. On to the main event.
Let me ask you a quick question. Did you feel having the UFC prelim cards at the same time as the Bellator cards, was that hard for you to follow, or?
They were almost staggered.
Yeah?
They were almost
Yeah, it wasn't that big deal. And I have on my DirecTV package, I have the picture-in-a-picture.
That's nice.
Yeah, they were so close to being
You
staggered.
see someone
it
going
didn't
down, you
bother me
just
at all.
switch.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
I did not want to listen to Thompson Glazer. They are lost. I mean, I thought Thompson would have a little bit better talking ability.
Yeah.
Glazer he needs to watch a little bit more.
Glazed over.
Yeah, but as they got into the night, I did like hearing Goldie and McCarthy.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Hearing those two together. Rob Font got a TKO in the second round.
Rob times New Roman.
Times New Roman over Thomas Almeida. Guillaume Deontay split decision win over Francimar Rosso.
Woo! Everybody got Guillaume Violante.
Calvin Kattar TKO over Shane Burgos in 32 seconds of the third round. Didn't we all get Guillaume Violante?
Yeah, that's why I said we all got Guillaume Violante.
I don't remember. Daniel Cormier.
Wait. Let me clarify this for people who don't pay attention to what we have on the picks.
I don't pay attention.
I text everybody the week of and be like, yo, what are your picks? I got to make our little thing and put it up there. Joey goes, give me everybody on the left.
For this one card. Because I looked and I was
No,
like,
I know. He's all, give me everybody on the left. So all these other times that Joey's been like this was him actually guessing. When he goes, give me them all on the left, he wins.
I got him almost all right another week too, man.
And then Dodge is such a hater. He's got to tell you that.
I mean, I picked wrong all last week. The week I picked horribly. I was like, who they picking? I'm going to go for the underdogs. I'm going to be the only one. Oh, motherfucker.
Those are my legit
That was
picks.
his
It was
that's the
everybody
way
on the
he
left.
used to vote, and I got that wrong.
Yeah. and you know what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be like, what did Eric pick?
Yeah.
Because from this point out, as long as I just pick the same as him, neither one of us win. So just let you know, Eric, you're picking before me.
You're screwed now. Calvin Kattar gets a TKO win over Shane Burgos in the third round. Daniel Cormier retains his championship belt over Vulcan short time.
Dominated.
Absolutely. Second round TKO.
Dominated.
How could you have not worked for that? How could you have not known that this is what was going to happen to you?
If you're Vulcan?
Yeah.
I don't think that he really knew what to expect going up against Daniel Cormier.
I don't think so either.
I didn't
think
expect
he
the
was a little-
punches.
Just like we'll get to the next fight here, I feel like the challenger was a little green to go up against somebody of the stature and the caliber of Daniel Cormier.
Definitely.
And so when you take those guys, they have that 1 in a million shot, they have something special. But at
least the second guy made it to the end.
Yeah.
Well, Stipe Miocic retains his belt over Francis Ngannou by beating his backpack all night.
I don't know about that.
Damn it. Just let him have it.
No.
He beat somebody that was
Here's
8
my
times
thing.
his size.
Not only that, but we all talked about this before the show, before the fight actually happened, that this is his 5th year fighting. Stipe has had more years in the UFC than he's had fighting.
Well, that's fine.
And he's only been at the Institute for 6 months.
If they just
And it was just a hype train. It's like, this guy hits the hardest ever. Next champion!
No, that's not. But what I'm
that's
saying
all it
here,
was.
they should have at least just taken turns laying on each other's back.
My opinion, Stipe dominated him on the feet, stayed out of the pocket, landed well, and then when he took him down every single time. And I liked when he was doing the old school, laying on his fucking neck and punching him. Hey, you want to get up?
Yeah.
Get up.
Stipe was obviously the most dominant fighter in this matchup, without a doubt, hands down. And
Sets the record for most UFC heavyweight title defenses.
Yeah.
Hands down right now. I mean,
And we called it last
heavyweight
week.
GOAT?
Who's Stipe?
Yeah.
At
this point?
he's got the record.
Heavyweight, like of all time.
Who else?
Wouldn't that be Fedor?
Uh,
If you're saying all time.
Yeah.
Fedor never had to
Fedor.
fight somebody who has a world record in punching strength.
No, they weren't measuring that in Pride, and they would have lied about it anyway.
Yeah, and Brendan Schaub, you can say whatever you want about Francis, but even in the 5th round, he could have knocked you out.
Yeah,
That's no
but
joke. And as tired as Francis got, his punches were still deadly.
Oh yeah, he just couldn't get him in the positions he wanted.
Right.
We talked about it last week
Flat
about
out.
Francis being way too green for this fight. You
Yep.
know?
Way too green.
But you jump on the hype train.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss a
Green
stop
giant.
somewhere. And
He
is
is.
that
He was
it?
the green
Is that
giant.
No. So then we have a little bit of news to go on
Yeah,
about
news.
UFC 220.
Hey,
The
is that a commission?
The Massachusetts State Athletic Commission, I have a class picture here of everybody that works for them, is absolutely fucking ridiculous because midway through a card, they decide, wait, we were supposed to be using the unified rules because the unified rules have changed. They were supposed to be adopted January 1st. Halfway through the card, they're like, oh yeah, we hear Joe Rogan saying we're not using the unified rules. We want to do that. We voted on it. We just didn't tell anybody. So can you run down and tell the next fighter and all the fighters after that, by the way, we're using the unified rules?
fucking clown college.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. That should have happened in the back
Jesus.
when the commission talks to everybody.
clown college.
Absolutely crazy.
Fucking goofballs.
And then you got the fighters that are confused. Like, wait, what were the old rules? What are the new rules?
What can I do now?
What can I not do? What can I now do?
None of this, none of those, none of these.
Like,
No
none
double
of that.
Dutch rudders.
No.
What?
So hopefully, the unified rules become unified. It'd be nice if we had unified rules. Remember, we had 3 states that were like, nah, we're not gonna. New Jersey being one of them said, no, we don't like the new rules.
Well, that's fucking Jersey.
And then we have Mississippi's like, we're not even here. Tennessee's all, we don't have an athletic commission.
Yeah.
Like so, and then everyone else is like, yeah, we'll pass those. Oh wait, was that on the first? We were supposed to pass them on the first?
Well, we did pass them on the first. We just didn't use.
Shit, we got guys fighting. What do we tell them?
Sounds like California
them-
Department of Justice
how
handing
many of
out their
them-
permits for ammo.
How many of them
Oh,
fought
we'll
already?
just send
We'll half
those
the
out?
card. We'll go tell the other half. We'll be fine. Like,
We'll
absolutely
just start
ridiculous,
now. Nobody
man.
will notice.
Yeah, start now. No one will notice. What do we got going on? We
I don't know.
got
We have a fight this weekend.
Bellator. Larkin versus Gonzalez. Going down 2 nights.
Oh, I didn't know that was happening this weekend.
I see Gonzalez missed weight yesterday, and he said it was because the commission didn't give him his hour to make weight.
Because they were using last year's unified rules.
Yeah, they said there was a limited stall. He has missed weight. This is his 3rd consecutive weight cut.
Dude.
So are they fighting at a catch weight?
180 pounds. Well, apparently,
Dude.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
this is going out tonight.
I
It's
didn't
gonna
find
be
that
on-
myself.
on
MMA
the
Pixels pointed it out.
Paramount Network, no
Thanks a
longer
lot, Nick.
Spike TV.
No longer Spike TV.
Check the main card out. You guys.
He's a
Smith going up
Paramount
against
pile
Steve
of
Cazzola.
schwa.
Yeah, Kendall Grove going up
Yeah.
against AJ Matthews.
Kendall's alive.
And then Saad Awad going up against JJ Abrams. Lorenz Larkin takes on Fernando Gonzalez.
So no longer. Oh yeah, that's right. Lorenz doesn't have the belt. Sorry, my bad. We cursed him. Things happen.
And then you had the UFC on Fox this weekend.
UFC on Fox.
I got it right.
You did get it right.
Hey.
You can see the prelims on Fight Pass.
Sure. Austin Arnett going up against Corey Sanhagen. Nico Price takes on George Sullivan. And then from there, you go on to Fox Sports 1. Right? I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yes.
He's doing a hula girl dance on his
I
strongboard.
want to scroll.
Vince Pichel takes on Joaquim Silva. Justine Kish takes on Ji Yeon Kim. Randa Marcos, Juliana Lima. Caitlin Chukagan up against, was that Mara Romero Barella? And then Mersad Bektik goes up against Godifredo Pepe. Bobby Green takes on Eric Koch.
I don't remember these on the picks.
Coke and Greenwood. It's only a 4-fight main card.
Yeah,
That's why.
Okay.
So you got Drew Dauber taking on Frank Camacho, Jordan Rinaldi taking on Gregor Gillespie, Dennis Bermudez and Andre Fili.
Menace
That was a
against
tough one
Touchy.
for me. That was a tough one for me. And then me picking with my heart with Jacare over Derek Brunson. He's probably going to get his ass kicked, but
Derek Brunson and Jacare actually fought 5 years ago in Strikeforce where Jacare knocked him out in I think like 50-something seconds.
but Jacare doesn't knock anybody out anymore.
But he has not looked the same. I
No.
mean, he was on a tear, definitely in the UFC. He looked like a monster when he
Now
came
that
over
you
to
guys
the
said
UFC.
that, he's
Yeah.
going to knock him out.
But
I hope
Derek
so.
Brunson, in my opinion, also has gained leaps and bounds in his skills since those 5 years have passed.
Something happened-
Just knocked out Lyoto Machida.
And something happened with Jacare where he became like Mr. Glass. So
Yeah, I worry about him. I think I'm the only one that picked Brunson for the upset just to see if I can jump
does Jacare even fight more than once a year at this point?
I don't remember the last time he did fight.
You might get the upset with Brunson.
Yeah,
or you might fall one more fight behind.
I think he had 2 last year.
You got me.
We're scrolling.
Scrolling.
We wouldn't have to scroll this long if it wasn't 900 size. Oh, wait, go back.
Yeah, he fought twice last year.
Twice last year.
And then once the year before, and twice the year before that. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
There you go.
That's it. Make sure you watch that this weekend. UFC on Fox is going down on Fox Sports 1 and Fox. Big Fox.
Big Fox.
Grown Up Fox. There you go. Big thanks to our sponsors, Dependable Solutions, Innovate Your Business. If you take credit cards, you want to take credit cards, you want to change up the way you take credit cards, check them out, Dependable Solutions. And of course, Strong Board Balance, which is why Dodge is tall today. And apparently it gives you energy.
Yeah, man, I'm fucking jacked for work.
change the way you work out. Get on board at strongboardbalance.com. Big thanks to the people in Tokyo, Japan that picked us up last week.
Yeah, man. Share us in Japan. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys, understand us. I hope somebody really good is translating. I hope he's like, they say they
It's the
are
YouTube
all idiots.
It's the YouTube translate, just the closed caption at the bottom.
Have you read our
Those are
translation?
awesome.
They are way off.
I think almost every other country speaks English.
It might be because of the way we
Really?
talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my sister-in-law. She's in Shanghai.
And then Player FM and Podbeam.
That's not Japan. That's China. But anyway.
I was going to point that out.
Yeah, I already
You
knew.
were.
I already
saw
knew.
it. I saw you
knew
getting
it.
ready to. You're all.
Hey, we're not good at geometry.
Nope. Horrible geometry.
Yeah.
And Loaded Joe's community reviews. Big thanks to you guys. Appreciate you guys being a part of this as well. SD_MMA on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to find us, you can find us at Split Decision MMA Podcast on Facebook. SplitDecisionMMA.com is our website. And follow us on iHeartRadio. I think that's it. From the City
Pick up a shirt.
Yeah, pick up a shirt.
Yeah, go to
please.
Search School. You can go to our website now, and there's a link that takes you to get a shirt. That's all you got to do. It says, hey, get one of our shirts. Push the button. There, you're
Click.
there.
Get one.
There's no more
Clickety.
excuses.
Yeah, so get your Fight Night and Chill.
Clickety.
Get your Old School Pride SD MMA shirt or the classic Split Decision MMA shirt as well. Big thanks to Trumpy Bear for joining us today. And from the it's the SinCal Studios. It is the SinCal Studios. From the SinCal Studios, Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis saying have a good night, and we'll see you at the fights.
Later.